First things first, they're selling around 6.8 billion worth of shares and it's priced at around 0.8 pesos for a primary offering. Then they have an over-allotment option of around 685 million shares. Again, when they do an IPO and proceeds of that go to debt repayment, that payment that they would use to pay off interest from banks or to whoever they took out those loans would also be lesser as well. Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about the all-day IPO, which we've seen the Villar Group file for an IPO, and this fits into their entire ecosystem. I'm not sure if you've noticed it, but they have VLL, which is the property development company, and that's where all the malls are. And inside the malls, that's where all of their, I don't know if it's called All Home, no, but all of their brands that start with All. You have All Home, which IPO'd 2 years ago, somewhere around 2019, which is like their hardware slash fixtures. And now they're creating an IPO for their supermarket and I think many grocery brands as well. What they're trying to do also is, as they build properties, condos, offices, house and lots, etc., automatically when they put malls around it, the homeowners, the tenants of those buildings will easily become the customers of the malls. Of course, when you have a mall, you have a grocery, you have a hardware. Those are staples also that people will actually come into. So All Home, All Day are tenants of their malls. So their malls are recipients in terms of rental revenue from it. But this whole video is not about the malls. It's not also about VLL. It's all about the all-day IPO. And I've been to some of their establishments, the bigger grocery supermarkets, and even some of the ones that are relatively smaller. I think the nicest one that I've seen is in the Daanghari area, primarily because also they have a lot of housing projects in that area. So please remember also that there's a lot of players already in this space that are listed as well. You have Mary Mart, which listed last year. You also have Pure Gold, which is a dominant player. Then also, of course, you have the SM brand, their supermarkets also, which are listed under their main companies. Then you also have RRHI, which has a bunch of groceries as well. They have Marketplace and they also have their own brand as a supermarket. So very, very interesting and competitive space. But I think their value proposition is they're catering to the communities on where the housing projects of VLL is actually built. First things first, they're selling around 6.8 billion worth of shares and it's priced at around 0.8 pesos for a primary offering. Then they have an over-allotment option of around 685 million shares. One thing that I always tell people when they would look at IPOs is always look at the proceeds of the IPOs, and they've been very transparent in the proceeds that the funds that they will use for All Day would be used for debt repayment and capital expenditures. And then bits and pieces of it also will be working capital for network expansion. Again, when they do an IPO and proceeds of that go to debt repayment, that payment that they would use to pay off interest from banks or to whoever they took out those loans would also be lesser as well. Currently, they have 33 supermarkets in 25 cities. Their net selling space is around 55,881 square meters. They got 4.5 billion in terms of sales and 179.6 million in net profits for the first half of 2021, which makes their sales up 9.7%, their net income 58.8% year on year. So the target, I talked about this when we did the Mary Mart IPO coverage video also, that Mary Mart was massively planning to expand. Their goal, at least for All Day, is to have 45 stores by the end of 2022 and to have 100 stores by the end of 2026. Please do remember also that the 0.8 stock price is the maximum price. As we've seen also in the previous IPOs over the past 2 or 3 years, we've seen the price relatively go lower from what's initially set. Of course, the main goal also of IPOs is to raise money, and the larger the price that you could set, also the larger the amount that you could possibly raise as well. So I'll give you also another updated video what the valuations will be given the approved price. I'll try to see also if there are any dividends on top of this. That being said, if everything gets sold at 0.8 pesos per share, the amount that they would be able to raise would be around 6 billion pesos. SEC would be giving an approval of this around October 13, 2021. The decision for the listing would be September 29, 2021 as well. If they get approved, their ticker would be ALLDY, all day, and its listing would be around November 3, 2021. So basically, I'll give you also an update on when the offering period would be up already, so that for those who would want to participate in this, you would be aware on when you could actually enter in. For those who are new watching this also, that it doesn't mean that the stock price is below 1 peso. It actually means already that it's cheap. Please do check the price versus its earnings. Please do check the price versus its book value. Please do check the price should they be giving dividends on what the yield would actually be as well. Then you could also compare it to what the market cap would also be. And one way for you to compare it is look at the market cap of what Pure Gold is, or Robinson's Retail is, or 7-Eleven, or Mary Mart, or at least companies that are almost in the same space as All Home. So this is a grocery/supermarket play that the Villar Group is trying to enter, in a way that they're trying to hit the communities on where the developments of their condos, their houses are as well, and where their malls are built. This is our primer video on this. Comment below if you guys have any questions regarding all-day IPO. I'm gonna try to make a video looking at on its sales and its net income over the past years. I'm gonna look at their cash and their debt. Let's look at their disclosures for dividends as well, and then let's take a look at primary shares/secondary shares also that they will be offering, and expect more on the next video. So I guess what's nice about this, and what people don't realize when IPOs happen, is it gives companies funding, particularly for companies that are into expansion, or in a way, it gives a company the ability to position better for the future. And in turn, if they are positioned better in the future, they get to expand more, and they get to create opportunities for other people as well. And I think that's the goal also of capital markets. It's not just for investors to earn and to make money, but in a way also, it helps create jobs. And the more supermarkets that are built, the more people who don't have jobs to actually have a shot to actually earn more. And that's been my trust also. That's why I've been creating videos about this, is we just really want to see more Filipinos be educated in terms of investing. That totoo, when you invest, it gives you the ability to make money, but it also gives you a shot to help people and to make the economy move and grow. That instead of having your money in the bank na not really earning anything, or nakatago lang siya sa bahay nyo, and it's not generating wealth. What's so interesting about the stock market right now is that you don't need to put a lot of money to actually start. You don't have to put millions to actually have a position. So it's really true that when you invest, there's a chance that during the IPO, during the listing date, that it drops, or days after that it drops, or similar to All Home, that it was consolidating, it was just moving sideways, then it started to drop as well. There will always be risks when you start investing. There will always be a shot that it may not go the way you want it to go. It may not be the way you want it to go also. But investing allows you to learn. Investing allows you to study which companies fit you. Because at the end of the day, if this is something that fits you, then by all means enter into it. But after also you've done your due diligence and it does not work for you also, then try to look at other options as well. But at the end of the day, risks that are attached to it over the long term, especially if the company is good, will put you in a better position, because it protects you from inflation. It protects you from your money not really doing anything for you. So please remember, and I'll say this over and over, and this may sound boring already because I say this all the time, and this works for the cryptocurrency market and even for US stocks and also for Philippine stocks, that no matter how enticing it is, only put money that you can afford to lose. That if it drops in price, you'll be able to still sleep. Hindi kayo mag-aaway mag-asawa. If it goes to zero, you're supposed to be okay as well. If you have questions, feel free to put it in the comment section below, and I'll try to incorporate that in the next video that I will actually make as well. And it's interesting, no? Parang we've had so many listings happen this year, above and beyond just Mondenisin and the REIT listings. It's nice to see more and more companies like this enter, because it gives Filipinos options on where they can actually invest their money. And I guess just keep on investing, keep on learning, and the goal really is to have more assets than what you're actually spending. And of course, there will always be risk, there will always be volatility, but the more you know, the more conviction you have as well. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that's insightful for all of you. If you guys want to learn more about the stock market, in the description below we have books that I've written. They're available in National Bookstore, Shopee, and Lazada as well. And we also have seminars that are available, which we have one this weekend, and then we're having a technical analysis course which is happening on the fourth quarter of the year. The links are in the description below. Registration is already open for it as well. So there, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that this was something that was insightful, and this was something that helped you also, and I hope that this is something that created awareness on IPO investing and all day as a whole. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.